Intuitive 717 here. I am back with another reading. Let's dive right into the Divine Masculine's energy. There could be something in the title of this reading that's already resonating with you. We'll see what they want to communicate to you. I'm going to cut the deck in half and we'll just get one message to work with, okay? So, again, when I try to get my finances right, my partner interferes. Very interesting. Can we get some clarity around this? What else do you want to communicate, Divine Masculine? If you guys haven't watched, I actually posted a reading earlier on this week, I think, about this exact same energy, but it's coming up again. So I feel like the collective who resonates with that may need to know more. Let's see what's coming up with that to give you guys even more clarity, okay? So I talk to you in my head. Do you ever think of me? You guys could be out of communication because I feel like if there was somebody who is affecting their finances or has their finances tied up in some way, chances are that person is very controlling. So there's not a lot of communication between you two. So they're wondering if you ever think of them. Okay, maybe they have reached out, maybe they have sent you messages, but I feel like maybe on your part, these messages go, they go unread, and they don't get replied to, because I feel like this divine feminine energy, you maybe know to the core of your soul that this karmic situation has to resolve on its own. So you're probably choosing to keep your distance from this person, but I mean, they obviously have you on their mind. They could be pulling on your energy. You could be having a lot of just feelings and thoughts about them, okay? It could be because, again, they could be fixated on your energy because it is a means of escape at this time. You know, ideally they do have to find the courage to be able to have some kind of tough conversation, or maybe gain, again, like I mentioned in the previous reading, some type of backbone or autonomy when it comes to relationships in general. Okay, so yeah, I feel like whoever this divine masculine is going through it. Okay, I'm getting themes around separation, divorce, routine, schedules, things like that, changing up, the splitting of assets, or like, you know, if you live in a household and there's lots of bills that contribute to that household, so the splitting of those bills, everybody being responsible for themselves. And so again, it could be just a tough time that they're going through. I stay away because I'm afraid of this connection, okay? And then a hashtag there, we have kids, okay? So that could be another thing that's coming up for many of you, or it may be a validation of some of the experiences that you're going through or having. But if there's kids involved, let's say your divine masculine is with somebody else who has children, whoever this karmic partner is uses the routine, the schedule, the finances. I feel like I'm getting this like checking, like somebody is like their banker. That's what I'm getting, okay? Your divine masculine is realizing that they don't have a lot of freedom to communicate with you or to make any kind of moves. I'm getting a masculine that feels very cornered as well, and your presence in their life is maybe waking them up to this particular lesson or contract that they've entered into. You're most likely awakening their beliefs or ideals or ideas, or just an acknowledgement or remembering of free will, and that they don't actually have to be afraid of this contract that they have entered into. I'm seeing as well for many of the divine masculines, like being good parents is something that they're also starting to see through this rocky karmic relationship that they're in. Because what I'm getting is like they were in this relationship and then your presence came along, and it was like it dissipated really quickly, because I feel like many of you realize you were dealing with a very just sort of darker feminine energy that many of your masculines are karmically tied to. So again, a lot of you have really kept your distance from this. But I feel like your presence in this masculine's life was to really ignite or initiate the changes that are occurring behind the scenes, okay? So I don't care about the distance, I'll come to you. Yeah, they're starting to feel impulsive about this change that's happening. Like little by little, they're starting to maybe like stand up for themselves. They are maybe starting to question things. Something I'm getting to with kids is they're starting to be like more present, okay, more abundant. Maybe they're like spending more time with their kids and taking their kids out more. I'm also hearing too, like with the divine feminine's energy, okay, like your influence over the divine masculine, it's made them do this, okay? So in order to help relieve themselves from some of these heavy contracts and staying away from you, and just staying away from you represents the fact that they don't have freedom, okay? Let's just say that. So you've ignited this, idea in them that they need to do this for themselves. So I feel like many of you have some of these karmics upset because they don't have like leverage anymore. Many of your divine masculines are learning what it's like to be autonomous, like do their own laundry, like remember their own schedules, pack their own lunches, take the kids out on their own. I'm seeing that some of these schedules and changes to the schedules and routines are changing, and many of your divine masculines are showing up as very like happy, authentic fathers. Many of them are staying away from substances that take away them being present or showing up as present with their children. And I'm hearing that slowly it is dissolving this ego that they need to stay in this for some reason. And again, I feel somebody really envious of this new energy that a lot of your divine masculines are in. Because the reason I'm feeling that is because whoever this person is, this karmic energy, this darker feminine energy that I'm picking up on, I feel like they're probably feeling like I invested so much time with this masculine, and now all of a sudden they meet you and they're the perfect father, or they're more present, or whatever the case is. So that's what they're kind of going through and experiencing, as somebody who is really high up in their ego right now, but they cannot stop this transformation that many of your divine masculines are going through. A lot of your divine masculines are taking off their masks and they're realizing that they're different people now. Like ever since they connected with you, they can't go back. They can't go back on that transformation. Okay, and because kids is coming up, specifically divine feminines, like a lot of you are making your divine masculines or just helping plant this seed or this plant, or like, you know what I mean? Like it's this beautiful plant blooming, and like I feel like they feel really good about themselves and really proud of themselves, especially in the area of making them or helping them to realize that they need to be a different person, show up as strong and resilient. And I keep hearing a good parent. So a lot of you might be seeing these changes. Like a lot of your divine masculines, again, they might be quiet, or they might be placing a huge emphasis on stability and health, like being healthy, showing more of a desire or a passion for like accountability and making the right decisions, okay? Especially in the area of family, okay? Divine timing is at play, so let things unfold naturally. I feel like what that means for many of you is like, a lot of this is involving children, because you're getting another confirmation around healing here. What divine timing means is because children are involved in this particular connection that I'm channeling for, allow divine timing to do its thing, because I feel like many of your divine masculines could be fiercely protective of their children, and if they go to force this natural coming down of this tower, if they go to force the pieces or start breaking things down, I feel like it's already coming down. The universe is letting both of you know through this energy in the reading, things are naturally going to go into alignment on their own. Someone, particularly this divine masculine, is building their resilience when it comes to showing up as more abundant in their spirit, right? Getting healthy, making better choices. And in turn, I feel like many of you will see a lot of the maturity when they do end up reconnecting with you. But I feel like your presence has brought up divine feminine, that for a lot of your divine masculines here, they're realizing that they are in very toxic marriages. That on the outside, they may paint a picture that they are this perfect family, but they cannot hide the truth. Many of them don't have to reveal a lot to you as well, divine feminine. They might just say a few words and instantly you just know, everything that they are going through with this particular person who, again, when you have a person who controls your finances, it gives off like a bit of like a colder energy, right? Somebody who is really just fixated on control. So that's why I feel like a lot of you are going to resonate with this and realize that you may not have, any kind of idea that this like in the physical, you may not be able to see a lot of this tower happening, but many of you can pick up on it and you can feel it. And again, this is why I feel like a lot of you are choosing to keep your distance. But because your masculines are curious about you, how do you feel towards them? Okay, so you could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. You don't have to be, but it's just an amplified reading if it is, okay? It's like a more personalized reading for those of you in that sign. Growth and summer. So growth falls in alignment with divine timing. I feel like many of you are really just letting this transformation occur. Maybe through this reading you have clarity, so you're giving off this softer energy towards your divine masculine, because I feel like a lot of you are like realizing that their absence is actually like, you know, this beautiful space of silence that's been helping them to heal this entire time. Taking back control of your life is another big message that I am getting from many of the divine masculines, because look at this, we have higher self activation. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like many of them pulled back and really decided to give in to, you know, this kind of facade, right? Didn't facade come up? This kind of perfect family image, and many of you were really disappointed by that, because a lot of you in the divine feminine energy with higher self activation, you could feel that they were unhappy. You could feel that maybe two of you connected for a purpose or for a reason, but they chose to stay and to give into that and maintain it. And I feel like many of you chose to just allow them to build and build and build upon that tower. But now I do feel like there's the natural transformation of this tower occurring. I'm not going to say that this tower is falling. I'm going to say that this tower is transforming, okay? I'm getting a lot too for many of you who are dealing with like separation, divorces. Many of your divine masculines as well. They may still like live with a spouse or whatever, but I'm hearing like they're separated, guys, to be honest with you. Like the attraction, all of that romantic, lovey-dovey energy, whatever, they feel that for you. And the person that they may be living with, or you know, co-parenting, things like that. Like many of you, I feel, need that confirmation that there's no like romantic affiliations or connections there. And many of them want to communicate that through this reading as well, that none of that is happening. It's just their kids mean a lot to them, okay? What I'm going to do is end off the reading here by using a few Romance Angel Oracle decks, and I'm going to tap into the connection between you and the divine masculine, okay? Just in their private moments, okay? Especially with this card, I talk to you in my head, do you ever think of me? I feel like they steal moments to just be alone and on their own. They might take like long drives, or like when they drive home from work, they might just think about you. If many of you have public profiles, they may spend time just parking up somewhere, okay? Having a coffee and just looking at your pictures, seeing whatever it is you're up to. Wondering if you can maybe feel the kind of transformation here that's occurring, or that they're going through. Or are you trying to forget about them? Are you pulling away? Are you venturing off and maybe starting, you know, new romantic endeavors of your own? You know, they don't really know. All they know is that things are changing, things are indefinitely changing, and they're getting curious about you again, okay? What do they feel for you? What do they want to communicate to you that's been on their mind? Okay, so we have getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other. These cards came up in the last reading, so the reading I posted earlier today about many of the divine feminines, you know, just shying away from other suitors, and many of you may be feeling like you're getting a lot of like just like an influx of attention. I feel like many of them are curious about that, and they want to be the ones engaging with you. You know, they want to be the ones getting to know you and flirting with you. And, you know, I feel like they can pick up on this divine feminine. I feel like I hit the nail on the head when I said, like, a lot of them are just curious about you. Do you ever think of me? You know, are you getting to know other people? Can I get to know you? I wish I could get to know you better. But something is like eating at them that they can't right now, because they have these tight, heavy karmic contracts to really work through and to get through. And that could potentially mean that there's a lot of silence between you guys right now, right? And then usually in these high intensity connections, when there's silence, you know, most of us will kind of go through this whole process of trying to disconnect and trying to move on and trying to open up ourselves to other things. And then, you know, boom, you end up seeing the transformation that they've been going through behind all that silence. So, yeah, a positive reconnection for many of you who, again, you guys are kind of doing this damn thing with this whole twin flame journey, whether you believe in the term or not, or you think it's cheesy or corny or whatever the case is. You know, the fact is both of you have connected and you haven't disconnected, you know, clearly, energetically speaking. And I feel like many of you might be drawn to the title. You could feel like it's direct communication coming from them because they want you to know what's up. Okay? So that's what I have for you guys for this one. This one, Saucy Beeves, it seems as though she might be hungry or trying to tell me that it's dinner time. So I'm going to get to that. If you guys have enjoyed this reading, don't be afraid to check me out over at hipsy.com. All of the details will be in the community feed. So if you guys hit the community tab, there should be details in there about how to get a hold of me personally. Literally, you could just pick up the phone and speak to me and call me. We could dive into a mini reading, or if you're more of a texter, we could definitely do that as well. If you would like to get a personal reading done, go ahead, check out my services there, and please join my community. I would love to have you guys there. Until then, I will catch you guys in the next reading, okay? Take it easy, guys. Bye.